Okay, number 2 here. I've done a lot of work to this camper here, and I'm not quite done. That's my new piece that I've cut out to fit. And I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to screw it in on these little frames. And then I'm going to use some of that glue to glue it up here. And then wire my light back into it. And pretty much this slide part of it will be done. I've got me a little... I'm doing this on the cheap, guys, because you know, I'm doing this to sell it, so make a little money. It's kind of like a little second job. As you can see, I've also bought and sold lawn tractors over the years and made quite a bit of money. And these tractors are what gave me the money to go out and buy fifth wheels and RVs and whatnot to rehab. So I've gone through the kitchen, reclaimed wood, splash, flooring. This right here, this reclaimed wood, I bought a box of this over at Home Depot. It was like $25, and this I mean, kind of gives it like a camping feeling kind of camper, you know. Formica, and some of them I've even put little fireplaces in them here, little electric fireplaces. You know, they'll cost about $100, and you know, fix them up a little bit, freshen them up, and people will love them that aren't mechanically inclined. I bought this one for $6,500. I'm hoping to get around $12 for it, almost double my money when I'm done. But on this slide here, I had to remove all this wood here in order to get up there and work on there. There's a bunch of rails. You can see the rail here. I had to remove all that. That's what holds down the rubber mat. I had to fix this rubber thing so you can see the gap in it. But this is actually kind of like keeps the elements out of the slide when it's sliding back and forth. I actually had to screw that in there, and then I had to use some Lucite Loctite glue to glue it back up in there. And I'm sure that this is going to straighten itself out. I mean, we live in the desert out here, and this is going to heat it up before the winter sets in, and it should straighten itself out, because this was all jacked up in it and like folded underneath in here when I started working on it. But it's been a fun 3 days. It's only taking me about 3 days to do this, and you double your money, you know, if you're smart about how you spend your money on the rehab part of it. I think I've spent close to $300 on this rehab, so I probably got close to $7,000 in it. But if I make if I sell it and I make $11.50, well, I've made $4,500 worth of three days worth of work and 1 day to go get it and pull it home. And it sits right here at the side of my house. I got an RV pad right here. Lots of fun to do, guys. Anybody can do this. I mean, you don't have to be a freaking wizard at this. All you need is a little X-Acto knife, a couple screwdrivers, a drill, some glue, some other glue, more glue. The glue is probably what cost me the most, because you have to use several different kinds of glue. You have to use tape. This is the tape I bought. This is the tape I bought right here. It's for the roof. And it just peels. Just peels off, and it's got a sticky side. Of course, you know, that mat up there on top of the slide, and even though I cleaned it the best I could, you know, this guy had it up in the woods for 3 years. This camper was sitting with the slides open for 3 years. And it's sitting right under a pine tree. And so trying to clean that is not the easiest thing to do. But there's my fan. You can see it's a slick, clean looking little fan. That was $39 at the Home Depot. I'm getting rid of that piece of crap. That's coming out. As soon as I get done with slide, that's what I'm doing. And this baby's going up for sale. There's my trim. I think I paid all of like maybe $11 for those 2 pieces of trim there, if even that, to go over around the edges of the slide so it hides all my, you know, and I don't have a bunch of fancy tools. I use my little skill saws, my miter saws. I mean, you can tell that edge is not perfect, but my little strips there will hide it. Will hide any imperfections, and my slide will look gorgeous. Now, I didn't replace the carpet in here because this isn't where everybody comes. You know, you're not going to bring everybody up to your bedroom unless, you know, well, you know, but you're camping. You're probably out with friends, or you got your family. So, you know, I didn't replace that. The carpet's in decent shape. You know, it's not perfect, but it's still decent enough to really get a few more miles out of it. And it's not like that was. That stuff had coffee stains on it, Coke stains on it. I mean, it was, even the foam was sticking to the vinyl when I pulled it up, because all these floors have vinyl underneath them. That's the first thing they lay down on these trailers, is the vinyl flooring, and then they build up. They build up from there. But I just wanted to reiterate about how to go about doing this. It's not hard. All this stuff is easy. Even the Formica over here was easy to do. And it gives the cook area a nice clean look, you know. And it's not going to match this countertop, but it gives the cook area its own individual, you know, you got your preparation area and your stove, your microwave. So it gives it its own individual place in the camper, and it makes it feel more homey. I even bought this. I even put like a little rug in. This is like $13 for this little rug to put next to the recliners. So we haven't cleaned it up. Part 3 here is after I get all this crap out of here and it's all made and cleaned up again. I'll do a walkthrough with everybody, show everybody what it looks like. And as soon as I get this baby sold, it'll be on to my next one. I do one of these, you know, well, depends on how fast they sell, but usually it takes me 3 or 4 days to knock one out, depending on how rough it is. This one was a little rough because I lived in it, but they kept it clean, and they left it clean, but it had some issues, such as the slide out in there was rotted out. There was a serious leak in there in that slide at some time. But I hope you got some information from how I took care of that slide without moving it out of here. It takes a little bit of work, because you go outside with a ladder and knock all that stuff out, and then you got to go back inside. And I used a tarp. I laid down a tarp to get most of the crap. So I'll just throw that stuff away when I make my dump run next week. After I clean up everything in here. But I've done all this by myself. The only thing my son helped me with, he's 15, was he helped me rip up the old carpet. That was it. That's all he helped me with. You know, the rest of it, one-man job. I'm a one-man wrecking crew. And if you like making money on the side, you know, if you got an eye for detail and you can fix things up and you know where to buy them at, make the deal, you can make a lot of money at these. Had an RV I bought a couple weeks ago. Paid 12 grand for it. It's 21 years old. $12,000 I paid for it. Wished I would have made some video of that one. But I really didn't do a whole lot except put a new TV in it, and it had satellite dish. So I put the new little eyelets on the satellite, and I bought the receiver at Camp World, $150. Don't buy your receivers for an RV anywhere other than Camp World. Or you can call Winegard, and they'll sell them to you for $138 already programmed. So you got two options. You can go to Camp World, you can call them up, you can call up DirecTV and have them programmed, or you can just buy them from Winegard and they already come programmed. But I made $8,000 on that RV here a couple weeks ago. So one at a time. One at a time is all I do, is one at a time on my days off, because I work full time still. I'm not old enough to retire, but I thought that I would use some of my years of experience and show you folks just how easy it is to rehab these RVs, these trailers, as long as you don't buy them too old or too beat up. You know, you need to find the happy medium, and I'm kind of good at doing that these days. But you find that happy medium where they need a little bit of cosmetic work, and you'll make a lot of money at it. Anyway, I'll get back with you and I'll show you what that slide's going to look like when I'm completely done with it. I just wanted to show you guys before I put the ceiling back in it what it looks like and what I did to it before I put the ceiling back in it and you couldn't see it. But we'll get back to you here in a few minutes and make part 3 for the ceiling after we clean up everything inside here, and I can officially take pictures of it to put it up for sale. Hopefully some deer hunter or elk hunter or winter getaway people, you know, like to camp in the winter, will want to buy it. Let's cross our fingers. Anyway, my name's Keith. I've been doing this stuff for quite some time. Lawn tractors, lawnmowers. If you got questions about that stuff too, shoot me a question. Maybe I can help you out with any of that. Anyway, you guys have a great Labor Day weekend, because I've had a heck of a nice day today out here enjoying myself and my thoughts rehabbing this camper. Part 3 will be when everything's put together and clean. Have a good day, folks. Bye.